If I had to start an Etsy shop from scratch with 0 sales, this would be my exact strategy to hit $1,000 per month in 90 days. I'm going to give the step-by-step guide that you will want to follow if you want to hit that first 4-figure number in your Etsy shop. So if you're looking for a plan that will help you get the quickest and the best results possible, grab a pen, your favorite notebook, and let's get started. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angie and I help ambitious Etsy sellers just like you to get their shop to the next level and finally live off their passion. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video about Etsy selling tips and advice. All right, it's day one. I don't have an Etsy shop. I have no sale. What do I do? Well, it might sound counterintuitive, but I would recommend you spend some time on the foundations of your Etsy shop and your mindset before you put any work in this project. Because if you start working on a shop and on products that you don't feel aligned with, or if you set the wrong goals for your Etsy shop, I can tell you that this journey will be very short. You need to be clear on what you want to achieve on Etsy, who you want to target, and how you will target them. This should be your first step. So in week one, you will want to set clear and achievable goals on what you want to get from selling on Etsy. Is it just side money that you're trying to get to pay your debt? Is it full-time job money that you're trying to replace? Whatever it is, take some time to know how much you want to earn, what your profit margin will be, and as a result, how many sales do you need to have on a weekly or on a monthly basis to achieve this goal? Does that seem achievable? Do you think that it is something you can do in the long run? If not, how can you help with this? Could you increase your profit margin? Could you think of complementary products that you could add to your shop? Long story short, you need a plan from A to Z. You need to be laser focused on the why behind your shop, the who you want to help. I'm talking about both your customers and your loved ones, and the when you need to achieve these goals. If you can do that as step one before even considering open your Etsy shop, I can tell you that you will have a head start on the majority of people that are starting selling on Etsy. During this first week, it's also important to validate your product idea as well as the demand there is for this product specifically. I would recommend you use tools like Sales Samurai to help you get a better understanding of the views and favorite your product idea is getting on average. Is the demand high enough to be in line with the objectives that you set yourself? If that's not the case, you might need to think of another product idea, and again, thinking about this before even starting an Etsy shop is something not many sellers have done, possibly leading them to lose time and money. Finally, once you're clear on your objectives and your product, now it's time for the fun part of the week, thinking about your shop name and branding. Now, I want to be clear, you should not spend weeks on this, barely a day or two maximum. I'm saying this because I see a lot of people procrastinating on this for way too long, forgetting that the real work on Etsy is about the products, not your name or your logo. As someone who's guilty of having done that, take it from me, it's never worth the extra time spent. So let's see how we can make this process as quick and efficient as possible. First, let's start with your name. Your shop name should be short and simple. If you can add some keywords in it, it's even better, but it's not necessary. For example, if you sell Montessori items, try adding the words Montessori, kids, or learning. That will help your customer understand the type of products they will find in your shop at a glance. When it comes to your branding, keep it simple and straight to the point. Try and create a color palette that will complement the products you will sell in your shop, and you're good to go. If you're looking for a full tutorial on how to easily create your logo and banner in Canva, you should definitely check this video once you're done with this one. And that's it. At the end of week one, you have a clear understanding of where you're going, how you will achieve this, and you have at least the foundations of your Etsy shop already created. Now, week two is all about opening your Etsy shop and preparing it for your listings. I know some people might think that I'm taking things too slowly and that you should add your products as quickly as possible, and I completely understand. But in my personal opinion, rushing into adding listings to a non-optimized shop is bound to fail. Think about it. You have two shops. Both have no sale, no review, nothing. One has a professional branding and general professional look. The other one has, yes, a lot of products, but nothing to prove they're legit, nothing to answer your questions before you purchase. Which one are you more likely to go with? Which one would you trust more with your money? Probably this one. So on week 2, we work on making your shop look professional so you don't waste time creating products that no one will buy because they can't trust you. First things first, let's open your Etsy shop. This step is funny because it's a bit the same process as for the name. A lot of people are quite scared of this specifically, and they will procrastinate as much as possible. When you find yourself procrastinating, it's important to take a step back and try to understand the reasons why you're doing this. What are you scared of? For a lot of people, creating their Etsy shop is a big step that they feel is going to start the whole journey. Others are scared of what is required and the process being lengthy and complicated. I'm here to debunk all of these assumptions. First, creating the Etsy shop is actually not the big step. It's actually not the real start of your journey, in my opinion. It actually starts when you add your products. Anything before that, don't worry about it. When it comes to the actual creation process of the Etsy shop, I have never seen anything simpler than this. It's very quick, very simple. I'd say it could be done in 5 to 10 minutes max. And as long as you have all the required documents, that is your passport, your bank details, and your card details, you're good to go. So don't waste any time on this and create your shop. I'm telling you, there is nothing to be scared of. So once we have created the shop, it's very important to make it look as professional as possible. So you will want to add your banner, your logo, you will want to fill your policies, your about section, basically everything that Etsy offers as a way to help your customers to understand you and your business better. You will want to use it. During this week, I think it's also time for you to do some market research to find out the type of photos you will need to create for your own listing. I really think it's important to spend some time on this and to not rush it, because your photos are what customers are going to see first when searching on Etsy. So you will want to search for your main keywords, look at the best sellers in your niche and assess why they are performing so well. Are they showing the products in all angles possible? Do they have a lot of informational photos? Do they also have a video of their products? But beyond that, use your critical mind and ask yourself, what could be improved in these photos? Are some of the photos a bit dark? Is this listing missing a photo of the back of the product? Write down all the shots that you will want to take of your product, as well as the general aesthetic, the color scheme that you will want to follow, and get to work. Start taking photos of your products following the checklist that you just created. At the same time, during this week, use the market research to start gathering interesting keywords and phrases that your competitors are using. Even more than that, how do they speak to their customers, to your customers? What specific terms are they using? This step is very important as it will help you get a better sense of the way your customers talk, the thing they want or need to hear to purchase. We're going to use all of these in our listing. So again, it's important for you to spend some time on this market research. We're now in week 3 and 4. During these 2 weeks, it's time to get to the actual work. The real deal, the listings. What you're going to do is use all the information that you gathered in week 1 and 2, as well as the photos that you took to create your first few listings. My personal recommendation is to batch process as much as possible. What I mean by this is you will want to spend some time on creating as many listings as possible in one go and leave them in your drafts. This will then allow you to progressively add them to your shop in a regular manner that fits your schedule. It could be every day, it could be once a week. Either way, try to follow a pattern when it comes to adding listings to your shop, as it will show Etsy and the algorithm that you are consistent and dedicated to selling on Etsy and adding more products to your shop. When creating your listings, make sure to optimize your SEO as much as possible by using the keywords you gathered in week 2 in your title, tags, and description. If you want to get more information on how to optimize your listings, I would suggest you watch this video as I go into more details on how I create my own titles and tags. So this is what you will want to focus on during these 2 weeks. Listings, listings, listings. Don't worry about your stats just yet. Keep adding quality products for now. On week 5 and 6, it's time to look at the results. You have had some of your listings live in your shop for about 2 weeks now, so we can get an idea of how they're performing. The objective of these 2 weeks is to assess, come up with a plan, and start experimenting. So you will first want to check your listings' individual stats. How many views are they getting? How many favorites? And possibly how many sales? Write that down on a spreadsheet or a piece of paper, as this will be our benchmark for experimentation. Are the keywords that your customers are using making sense with your listing? Are they relevant to the product you're selling? If not, it's time to duplicate your listing and update your SEO to make sure all the keywords you use throughout your listing are very specific and relevant to what you're selling. Once you have done that, I would suggest you check Etsy ads. I did a video with my opinion and my recommendation on Etsy ads. I would definitely recommend that you check it out here if you're looking for more in-depth tutorial on how to use Etsy ads. But to give you a brief idea of the way I like to use Etsy ads, especially for new Etsy sellers, is by considering Etsy ads as an investment first and a profitable way to make money on Etsy second. The reality is that it's quite hard to be profitable when using Etsy ads. They're expensive and you don't have control over many things to help with this. So my recommendation is to view Etsy ads as an investment in the sense that you accept to spend some money at the beginning of your Etsy journey for visibility, to mainly help to get more views on your products, much more than you could ever get at this stage. So if you can afford it, and only once you have optimized your listings first, experiment with Etsy ads with the budget and the listings you're advertising. And as for any experimentation, it's important you don't tweak the variables once you have started. Leave the ads running for a set amount of time and make modifications only once you have a great understanding of the initial results so you can compare them with your next results. During these 2 weeks, you will also want to check the listings that are getting the most views, the most favorites, and draft a list of these listings that are getting the most traction. These are the equivalent of your best sellers for now if you haven't made sales yet. So you want to take the time to understand why they're performing better than the others. But beyond that, you will want to use this information and create more listings similar to your best performing ones to capitalize on the great results you're already getting. This is an ongoing process. From the start of your Etsy shop, you will want to consistently analyze your results, change what needs to be changed, and use the data you have as an advantage to get even better results. On week 7 and 8, I would recommend that you check other ways to bring traffic to your Etsy shop. Use this time to create your own Pinterest account as well as your own Instagram account and check what your competitors are doing on these already. What type of content are they posting? How often are they posting? Use all of this information to draft your own content strategy. And just like for your listings, make sure to be regular and consistent. I would also recommend you start your own email list at this point. After selling on Etsy for a few weeks, you might have a few hundreds of views on your products, and it would be a shame to not take advantage of these. Start by brainstorming on what free content you could create for your audience. This piece of content has to be useful or informative enough for them to want to exchange their email address to get it. So let's say, for example, that you sell home decor. You could create a PDF file showing the best coming trends for home decor or how your customers can easily implement it in their own home. Let's say that you sell printable planners. You could offer for free 1 or 2 checklists that your customers could use as a test to check the quality of your products before purchasing. Finally, let's say that you sell wedding dresses. You could create a free wedding checklist that the brides could use when planning for their wedding, or you could create an informational template showing the different shapes of dresses, the advantages and inconvenience of each. There is always good content that you can create easily and relatively quickly for your audience. Simply make sure to answer a question, solve a problem, or give valuable information to make this piece of information, this piece of content irresistible. Once you have created your free content, you simply need to use a software to automatically have it sent when a customer leaves their email address, so you don't have to do it yourself. I always personally recommend MailChimp because it's free first and it's also very easy to understand and to use. And that's it. Once you have your MailChimp account, create a simple landing page where your customers can leave their name and email address in exchange for your free content, and you're good to go. Now you can start growing this email list by talking about it everywhere in your shop, in your listings, and on your social media. This might seem like a complicated and time-consuming process, but I can tell you that this is going to be your most valuable asset when selling on Etsy. Whilst you have no control over what Etsy does with its algorithm, nor do you have any control over what Instagram, Pinterest, or TikTok do with their own algorithm, you have full control over the email list you own. You can send them as many or as little emails as you want, and you can be sure that it will always get to their inbox. And voila, Etsy sellers, you now know exactly what I would do if I were to start from zero again. If you found this video useful and you're looking for even more tips and advice to take your Etsy shop to the next level, Download your free Etsy guide to set up your Etsy shop for success by clicking on the link in the description below. It's 10 pages full of information that you need to know if you're trying to be successful on Etsy. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video, and don't forget, dreams don't work until you do. I'll see you next time.